The narcissist exists in a carefully constructed, alternate reality where facts bend to serve their emotional needs, and truth becomes whatever supports their grandiose self-image. This isn't mere self-deception or wishful thinking. It's a comprehensive psychological defense system that actively distorts incoming information to protect their fragile ego from any data that contradicts their superiority narrative. Their delusions operate with such sophistication that they genuinely believe their fabricated version of events, making them simultaneously the architect and prisoner of their own fictional universe. The rewriting of personal history. The narcissist's memory functions like a constantly updated Wikipedia page, with their unconscious mind serving as a biased editor that revises past events to maintain their heroic self-narrative. They don't consciously lie about their history. They genuinely remember events differently than they occurred, with their mind automatically filtering out any details that might suggest fault, weakness, or failure on their part. This psychological revisionism operates in real time, transforming their mistakes into other people's failures and their cruel behavior into justified responses to provocation. They remember themselves as the reasonable party in every conflict, the victim in every disagreement, and the hero in every situation. Their brain performs these edits so seamlessly that they pass lie detector tests while recounting completely fabricated versions of events. The narcissist's delusional memory system creates an impenetrable fortress of self-righteousness that no amount of evidence can breach. Confronting them with recordings, witnesses, or documentation only triggers their mind to generate increasingly elaborate explanations for why their version remains correct, despite overwhelming proof to the contrary. They live in a world where their perception is the only valid reality, making genuine accountability psychologically impossible. The grandiose fantasy of universal admiration. The narcissist genuinely believes they are universally beloved, respected, and envied by everyone they encounter, despite mounting evidence to the contrary. They interpret neutral interactions as admiration, professional courtesy as personal devotion, and basic human decency as recognition of their special status. This delusion protects them from recognizing that most people find them exhausting, manipulative, or insufferable. Their mind automatically reframes criticism as jealousy, rejection as fear of their superiority, and abandonment as evidence that others cannot handle their magnificence. They construct elaborate explanations for why people distance themselves that always center on the other person's inadequacy rather than their own behavior. This allows them to maintain their grandiose self-image while never having to examine their impact on others. The narcissist's delusion of universal admiration extends to believing they possess talents, intelligence, and insights that far exceed their actual capabilities. They genuinely see themselves as natural leaders, brilliant strategists, and irreplaceable assets in every situation. This inflated self-assessment prevents them from recognizing their limitations or learning from their mistakes, trapping them in a cycle of repeated failures they cannot understand. The immunity to reality checks. The narcissist's delusional system includes sophisticated psychological antibodies that neutralize any information threatening their false self-image. They possess an uncanny ability to dismiss expert opinions, ignore factual evidence, and rationalize away clear patterns of personal failure. Their mind treats reality like a hostile foreign invasion, mobilizing every defense mechanism to repel incoming truth. This immunity extends to their complete inability to recognize patterns in their own behavior or accept responsibility for repeated relationship failures. They genuinely believe each destroyed friendship, failed romance, or professional disaster resulted from external circumstances beyond their control. Their delusion system prevents them from connecting their behavior to its consequences, leaving them perpetually confused about why their life feels like a series of inexplicable betrayals. The narcissist's delusions aren't temporary emotional states. They're permanent psychological architecture designed to preserve their grandiose self-image at any cost. They live in a parallel universe where they remain forever blameless, superior, and misunderstood, making genuine growth or change impossible until their delusional fortress finally crumbles under the weight of accumulated reality.